off cooldown. It should be primarily Newbee jumping in with their Storm and Lion under cover of Global and finding 1 or 2 kills before the fight even starts. So that should be really good for Newbee, and they go pretty late as well. We've seen how well Storm Spirit can scale with sort of the adjusted builds and all of that farm. Ember definitely goes late if he manages to get his items, and Jug, I think they can still catch him up even if he starts from the off lane.
All right, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and introduce the teams here. Vici Gaming need this win to have a really strong shot at moving out of Phase 1 for China in Starladder Season 12. Already punching their tickets are LGD and IG from Group A, and most likely their opponents in this game, Newbee, over here on the Dire side. So with that said, introductions. Ice on your Phoenix. Hal going to be playing the Lycan this time around. It's FY on the Skywrath Mage. Super will be taking over the Queen of Pain for this particular game, and Fenrir handles the Venge. As for Newbee, they're running their offlane Jug. Just Sentry Ward blocked the camp, was spotted moving in as the pings come out, and up towards the north side of the map, we've got Rabbit on the Storm. Moo playing the Ember. He'll be going mid most likely. Sheng, your Silencer. That does leave Banana as the Lion.
So Vici do end up going for that offlane dual lane that we were kind of talking about to help protect the Phoenix and keep some pressure down, so we'll see how that ends up going. They've got a backup plan. They've got a smoke on both their Skywrath Mage and their Vengeful Spirit, so if the offlane ends up going badly, they can just tell Ice to play very defensively, and the Skywrath can team up with the Venge to try and get some kills down. I guess most likely on this Storm Spirit mid. So Banana probably going to be spending some time this game, maybe even just camping up on this hill over here if both of the Vici Gaming supports are missing, just to make sure that that kind of smoke gank doesn't come in.
Oh, there we go. Okay. A little hiccup on the connection, I guess, but yeah. It seems like everything's okay now. Yeah, so it is going to be the Storm mid. Rabbit was actually pulled 2 tangos here, and he does get the bounty rune. He should be able to get that fairly fast bottle versus the Lycan. Hal also starting Quelling Blade Stout. It should mostly be a farm trade, a matchup that Storm normally does quite well in, especially at these early levels. As the Lycan Wolves get leveled up, they can prove more of a nuisance, but in general, Storm should be happy with if there aren't any ganks, and Venge not the best hero to go for those ganks. If they want the kill, I think, as you mentioned, it's going to have to be with FY joining them as well. So for now, tri-lane on dual lane top, and Newbee are getting aggressive here, making their move in like they want to kind of poke forward onto Ice, but no, FY just going to lob out a single nuke. That's about a quarter of Banana's health gone, and they'll back off. Just using range well for FY. This ward is really helping out.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know if it was spotted from Newbee, but they don't have sentries anyway because they grabbed the boots on Banana, so it's going to be some nice space for Vici to work with. And they've got the lane in a really nice position.
They want to go for a first blood here onto Banana. The stun comes out from Fenrir. Can he do it with auto attacks? There's an Impale. Slog range concussive shot comes out though. Very interesting timing on this gank, and they're going to make it work. Oh, nicely done. So he throws out the stun. They wait to go for that until FY is level 2, and then they just run him down from extreme distance, timing the Hal at exactly that moment. That is excellent teamwork from Vici Gaming.
Yeah, and Fenrir, I think, smoking up for that one as well.
He did smoke.
Yeah, just a totally unexpected place for the Vengeful Spirit to be at that point of the game, but Vici Gaming really making it work and taking advantage of the way that they have these lanes configured. You're never really expecting the Vengeful Spirit who's starting off bot, or if you've seen her anywhere close to bot, to, if she's ganking with that smoke, for it to be the top lane, but Newbee do get caught a little bit by surprise there.
Banana taking some harassment here from FY as the Lycan wants to kind of move towards the top rune. Unable to secure it though. Hal is getting dominated a bit here mid by Rabbit, but as he levels up, this gets easier for him. They can use the wolves to control the runes. It's not something Storm can easily kill off with the magic damage, as they have very high resistance. So as the game moves along, Hal will stabilize a bit, and he's not dying early on. And the one lane we haven't really talked about is going to be this off lane for Newbee. June 1v1 against the Queen of Pain. This is as bad as it gets for a Juggernaut. You will not see a creep. You will not farm. You are lucky if you don't die.
Yeah, and the Vici Gaming sort of tri-lane up top now is keeping the supports totally pinned from Newbee. There's absolutely no chance that they can get out of this lane without it being noticed. So June's just gonna kind of fend for himself. Gonna make a cute little play here. Runs around, steals the creep wave, and just gonna try and grab a couple more CS under this tower, it seems.
How long has it been since we've seen moves like this more than like once every like 10 matches, you know? I remember every game, Bulldog just, you know, off in this off lane, just dragging the creeps back to the tower. You just don't see it very often anymore, because normally people don't need it. As they are going to make their go on the top side of the map, now they've used the chains, and Fenrir wants to commit. He goes on to Moo, who has no easy way out of here aside from just walking, but apparently that's good enough. They can't really lock him down. No dive forward available. They do end up getting the kill in the Venge. On the way out.
Tick on the curse.
So the curse of the silent. And now they chase forward. They might get Ice as well. Chains have cooled down. He has no dive. It's got a very long cooldown, and he'll end up falling. A 2-for-0 exchange. Well, can't underestimate the silencer in tri-lane. He does a lot of damage.
Yeah, it was actually really good for Newbee. I think that was somewhat unexpected from Vici as well. Well, for Vici, for the Curse of the Silencer, and he'd have 2 points up, and proving to be troublesome.
You know, the other thing we didn't mention, I guess, explicitly, is not only is it a Jug versus a Quap, but there's Howl in this lane as well. So
yeah,
that's for June just not to die is already going to be impressive. But he'll be under the gun as the lane moves along, and their Lycan has caught up now. Some of them, I think, jungle creeps for Howl, but still ahead of that Storm in net worth, if only slightly. So he's feeling good, and they're gonna make a go on Rabbit right before he hits level 6. Oh, Rabbit, he's literally one creep. He gets it. As the Wolf dies under tower. Now they might even be able to turn this one if they're not careful. The Venge, do they want a jumper? Oh, he's gonna risk it, but walks right into the Lycan. Could have maybe pulled Howl back into an Impale, but don't think they have the damage for a kill anyway. So they dodge that first shapeshift gank, and unfortunately, the creep dying under the tower prevents any possibility of a kill.
Yeah, and there's no pull anyway, so unfortunately wouldn't have been able to try and make that play on the Lycan. Everybody's just kind of going this build these days.
Yeah, it normally works out better for your economy, but there's definitely those times where it's like, well, if I'd known this was going to happen and I'd gone Electric Vortex, I would have gotten a kill here. But you don't always
Phoenix,
know.
You can't dive out. You're cursed.
Chains. Nope. All right. This is going to be a nice kill on the top lane. I think one more nuke required, though. No, Tranquil's enough to keep him alive. Close. But yeah, that is, as mentioned, you really want that Skywrath or Silencer to just shut the Phoenix down.
Yeah, the Silencer's even worse because as soon as the last word goes out, you dive, but you just come right back to where you were. So it's pretty sad for Ice, but he's still alive, still getting some levels. So that's looking alright. At least the Ember not really getting pressured too much now. They're starting to pick up the pace on his farm, and Vici actually just kind of falling back to farming positions now. Fenrir's going to start running some pulls down in his jungle to grab some levels, and actually FY is in trouble right now.
Or is he? There's no mana left on Rabbit. June is going to be forced back. Only level 2 Blade Fury picked up. He's just going to spin and TP out. Rabbit will go Fizz. They're going to watch him get destroyed by the Queen of Fatal. Rabbit just paying his respects to the death of his old friend. But maybe they can turn on Super, get this kill instead. Impale comes out. It's an off-lane Jug for a very farm-safe lane Queen of Pain. If that's how it ends, they'll be happy, but it may end in more blood. Rabbit getting body blocked by these wolves, so well microed as the chase comes out, and Howl just races after him. Barely enough mana to zip low ground, but this doesn't really save him. Rabbit needs to zip up to the high ground now to secure his retreat, and I don't know if he has it. It's not looking like it. A short midget zip can't get the job done. Make it a 2-for-1 now. Storm and a Jug going down just for that Queen of Pain. But they make it Ice top. Oh, no, couldn't cast the last word. In fact, he may get the kill now on Sidechain. Spirit's coming out, gonna drop very low. 1 or 2 more auto attacks would get the job done. He's gonna commit for it. And pays with his life. Goes by the urn right before dying.
It doesn't end up losing any gold.
Back to mid, more action. No stopping. Fnatic gonna get chased down and finished off here. He'll end up falling too, but can Rabbit clean up? He finds FY, should at least be able to kill him, and oh, a bloody massacre all over the map, it seems.
Just trades on trades on trades, but I think overall Vici are definitely the leaders right now, both in terms of net worth and experience. This Queen of Pain is really scary right now, especially if you're newbie, and especially if you're the newbie supports to an extent. Banana does have his strength boots up now, and you know should be able to pick up his level 6 before too long. Grab another gank there, but if Super plays this right, I think he's got sort of the rest of the game secure. Grab his first item, whatever it's going to be, potentially the Orchid, and then still be able to get into the BKB at a decent clip.
Yeah, for now, Rabbit off in the jungle, just farming up those stacks. So if he wants to go Bloodstone build, he could pick up the Soul Ring now, or even get the Point Booster, or he can go into the Orchid as well. So still not spending his gold yet. We have to see what the choice is. I think the really good news for Newbee though is well, that's not good news. Moo gets caught out. Moo gets destroyed top lane. It's a 3-hero rotation to bring him down. But I think in good news, they are about to get their global silence on Sanction. It's a pretty reasonable time for your support silencer. And this is the spell that they need to use to make plays. To set up kills on the Phoenix, ideally before the Supernova comes off, maybe to kill off that Queen of Pain. But if they don't get something done with that, which is the whole idea of their lineup, then they will start to struggle moving into the mid-game.
Yeah, when they pop global, they have to win a fight. Even trading, especially at this early stage of the game, isn't good enough because Vici Hero is going to respawn in less than 30 seconds, and then they've got a minute and a half, you know, they've got a minute window or more to be able to come and push and do things while the global is down. So they really have to play around it well.
Yeah, exactly. It's later on in the game you could use the one global, and by the time they respawn, it's like halfway cooled down, but yeah, not at this stage. That's where you need your Necrophos, so every kill you get is a plus 30-second kill. It's something that we've seen Vici Gaming run, but not this game. Try to make their way onto the top lane. Can't get in close to that Phoenix, who has used the dive to retreat. I don't know about a chase here. They're gonna Remnant in. Oh, he got off the egg before the global. Oh, Newbee. A wasted global. And now they'll be on the back foot, but they're gonna try to jump in anyway. Rabbit TP's in over the top side. They all eat the Quapple. Destruction from Super as well as the Skywrath Mage of FY, who ends up just strutting back towards as well. Happy as a clam. That was some serious outplay by Vici Gaming there.
That was a Sonic Wave and a half from Super. Yikes. And they didn't even necessarily know that all those newbie heroes were coming in. They just wanted to finish off those kills, but they also didn't care about any additional TPs at all, it would seem. Oh man. And they get a tower in the mix as well. How just, you know, hitting buildings, getting some more gold for his team. That was ridiculous.
Man, if they get the global off before he eggs, that's a totally different fight, but Ice Ice just too quick. Those Spidey senses, he just reacted in time. Obviously, you know it's coming because otherwise they would be running from you. If they're trying to fight, it's because they're planning to do it, but still had like a half-second window to react, and he nails it. Well, now they gotta look for something. It's not gonna be easy, though.
As soon as the Ember Remnants aggressively, you can read all the intention out of that, and Ice, like you said, just finger on the button, ready to go. If you're Newbee, at the same time, you could just global like as he Remnants in, instead of waiting until he arrives to go. So they just, you know, they had to kind of call it before it happens rather than waiting until after they jump in. And, well, didn't do it in time, and now they pay the price. There's an Aegis still chilling here in the pit. That's how I want it. Nope. Super wants it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That was a big swing. No two ways about it. 8,000 gold lead now, 6,000 experience lead. Time to start just demolishing towers. And as good as Newbee's gank is, their counter push is very laggy.
Yeah, and the Lycan is just huge. 2k gold on top of his, and on top of everything he's already got. The Ember is still kind of nowhere because, unfortunately, they forced him into a tri-lane situation. Just kind of because of how the way the newbie drafts worked out. They didn't have a premium offlaner sort of left to go for it, so just kind of shoehorned the Jug into that role, and it's definitely showing up in the Ember Spirit's impact right now that he's just sort of underleveled from having to share top lane, and they can't fight. They're just gonna give away this tier 2 on bot, try and get a trade on top lane, though they may not even find that. Mid looks like made a little bit more promising.
Yeah, even if they manage to get this, tier 2 going down, and the push will continue for Vici, it looks like. They're gonna punish Newbee for not coming back to defend the base. Even if they do come back eventually, this tower will take a whole lot of damage to the Wolf. The range creep may be finished off here, but they get through the backdoor protection. That'll be a third of the tower's health, potentially more. There's a big dive in from Ice Ice. Now he's going to take a last word, as well as a global to the face. Heavy commitment here. Can they kill off Howie? Doesn't have an Aegis right now. No, can't get the job done. Now the Omni comes through. Blade Fury as well, but not before the global wears off, so Super blinks away. Now they drop the egg. They gotta finish this egg off before it pops. They'll barely do it in time, but, well, it's not gonna end up mattering. It's still Lycan cleans up, makes it a triple with ease. They almost had Hal there to start the fight, but just a bit slow on the follow-up after that storm went in. I didn't see what happened with the Ember. I guess his TP was on cooldown?
Yeah, I don't know. He's just kind of...
If Ember's there, like, they kill that Lycan... Huh. Did it get... Is there any... I don't think it got cancelled. There were 5 heroes bottom, right? Pretty sure.
I can't say. I mean, he may have
I don't know. That just feels like a fight where if you have your Ember, you get 3 or 4 kills for Newbee, but
instead they lose global. They use a buyback. They almost lose the tier 3, and Vici just get further and further ahead. Heck, they've still got Aegis on their Queen of Pain, so Super more than willing to move around and find some more opportunities, especially with this Orchid pickup. The lanes just worked out so nicely for Vici this game. The Queen of Pain and Lycan getting completely uncontested farm just because the support's pinning Newbee on top.
Well, now the Orchid's online. You didn't want to come to the fight earlier, Moo? Well, you're going to pay for it now, Tom, as he will get blown up and easily dealt with. And that is going to be a continuing trend this game. You've got the Orchid and the Skywrath. 2 easy silences, reliable ways to kill off Ember, to kill off Storm. In theory, it could have gone the other way, but now we're at the point where whichever team got a lead was always going to have the easy time picking off the opposition. It seems Vici will be that death squad roaming around the map looking for kills.
They're just totally cruising right now. There's very little that they can do to stop them. Ice has his heals up, and he's almost level 11, so the egg is going to be very, very difficult to stop from this point forward. The 2 Newbee supports have very little to contribute at the moment. They're just both really underfarmed, and towers are falling everywhere.
No. Yeah, they're sieging out mid, just poking away at it with their Phoenix in the front lines. Has that Yule Scepter now to deal with the global, so they use it to start up the fight this time around. Jumping onto Banana, he locks out a stun, can't get it off. Now the Quap jumps forward. Super will fall low, but has the Aegis in tow. With that, they're gonna possibly break this. Let's see. That's gonna take less war damage. That's okay. Life number 2 coming out. And they will break the high ground. They swap Moo into a silence, into a Mystic Flare. And then it ends with a couple of fangs in your back. They'll keep on pushing, it seems. No, not how. He wants to complete his Necro 3 as quickly as possible. Runs all the way back to the courier to grab it. Well, that's convenient having that move space now. Back in and looking to go once more. A big dive forward from Ice. He's going to collect another kill for Super, who brings down the Juggernaut. And now the whole gang being keeled up, as well as all of Newbee being forced back. 17 minutes. GG. They just got wrecked.
Dyer's middle barracks has
I don't know what to say. That was just good draft, good execution, super clean for Vici, totally crushed Newbee. I guess the one thing that you can say for Newbee and I guess for Vici is that I don't think they quite realized how weak their lanes were. You look at it and you think, oh, okay, Lion, decent zoning support. If they run a traditional off lane, then we're going to be okay. And we can probably get away with it.